Okay, here's a quick and dirty 4 cable method demo of Helix and a Bogner 22-watt Duende there. If we zoom in here, you can see a mission pedal, and that is all that's going on. Everything else is inside Helix. So we've got guitar input there, expression pedal, the first effects loop being used. The send is going to the input of the Duende. The send of the Duende is returning to the return there. And that main output is going to the power amp in on the back. So you can see that these things are, that's what's going on there. I labeled those back in the day so that I could actually see them in the morning when I'm sleepy. Okay, close the door for a second so you can just sort of see the screen without having to see me or the ceiling so much. You can see there's a bunch of stuff loaded. I have 13 effects modules loaded, and they're all being controlled by 10 foot switches. You can see, and I've got some of them with custom names, obviously. Some of them are also static names. So basically, a compressor, bias trim, AM ring modulator with a AM turned off, so it's just a vibe, OCD, SD9, send to the front of the Duende, return from the Duende to the inside of Helix, goes down to this path, then now goes through a volume pedal, one dry path, so the entire dry path happens before it goes back to the power amp return of the Duende, clean, and then you have a Leslie with an EQ that I turn on and off with one pedal at once. So, oops. So if I just turn it on and off, you see this turns 2 effects modules on at once. So the EQ is just there to sort of shape the Leslie a little bit. Then there's a simple delay. There's a quarter note delay as I move and touch that guy. And then this guy, which is Wales, dude, actually gets turned on. Both modules get turned on. So it's a really long delay and also a long sort of cave reverb to give me that sort of thing. So now the next patch is a little different, and I'm going to let you freeze it on this for a second, so when I talk about this patch in a second, you'll be able to see what's going on. So it was a morning gig for Jesus, not a lot of wah, not a lot of drive, not a lot of crazy metal, but this gives you an idea of how the effects sound and how actually the deluxe preamp sounds into the power amp of the Duende, which is fantastic. Don't worry about these numbers, by the way. That's just some development stuff the guys are using for debugging anyway. That won't be there in the final version. Okay, so I'm going to open the door back up so there's some light and play through some of these things. Here's the Duende flat.
This is now the deluxe pre.
So, deluxe again. Duende pre. That's not a quality difference. That's a flavor difference.